Good news, everyone. I'm back, and it's time for Engagement 4 in the Exception to the Rule campaign. In the break between videos, I have completed my move into my new apartment, and I've done the best I can to get everything set up. I'm extremely tired, so there's probably going to be a few mistakes here, but I think that makes for some interesting viewing anyway, and I'm keen to get something out like I always say. So one thing I will say is I think there's quite a lot of RP in this mission, and if you're not interested in seeing that past the description of what the setup is and what ships we've got, etc., I'll put a link in the description of the video that lets you jump past it on to the start of the combat engagement, because I know a few people want to skip that, but it will be there because I'm interested in it as it is. So before we get any further, let's jump in. Engagement 4, Righteous Fire. As the force build-up on both sides of the Grabenza's battle gate approaches its zenith, the opening fluid stage of the war threatens to harden into a stalemate. Deep in the fog of war, the factions make their plays, and far from home, unleash holy fire upon the invaders in your final stand and cement the exception in legend. That sounds a little bit concerning. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we've got a pretty big fleet here. We've got the exception to the rule, again with the three triple-barrel 250mm cannons, the Aurora extremely efficient point defense, the missile launchers, we've got the defensive missile launcher, and we've got a bullseye radar. That radar is probably going to be very important in this engagement. We've got two shuttles. These are the smallest ships available to the OSPN, and I believe a lot of them come from pleasure ships. These are mounted with two turreted 18-barreled rocket launchers. These are dumbfire rockets. They're actually devastating on lighter ships if you can get a good missile run on them, but the shuttles themselves are very, very, very weak and easy to destroy, so you have to play very carefully with them. And then it looks like we have 4 cargo feeders like we used in the last mission, but instead of having the 600mm cannons, these have C-81 plasma cannons, which is a weapon that doesn't do much damage to the internals of a ship, but what it does do is it melts and destroys the armor on a ship very, very effectively. I'll explain how armor works in the game when we get into the mission, but these are a way for the OSPN to strip the armor off the powerful, heavily armored heavy warships of the Alliance Navy and damage them with things like the T-30 cannons that they have. So each of these has 2 quad-barreled 100mm cannons capable of mounting HE and HE high-capacity rounds, which will be very, very good. And we've got a mix of Pavese and Bastion point defense. This is a mixture of flak and minigun-style point defense as well. So together with the Auroras on the OSPN exception to the rule, we should have a pretty good PDT net. We just have to be careful that we're making sure it's facing the right direction. Okay, mission summary. Weeks into the Divide 17. AN Stellarcom commences buoy 09 VVV2. Relay immediate priority 1. Message header XX ident. Weapons officer Samuel Ace. Hey boss, I'm not technically supposed to have the permissions to slap priority 1 on a message traffic, but if I didn't slam this through, it would have taken days to get you. Half of our convoys are down pending maintenance right now. The budget for a replacement system has been stalled in committee for the last 6 years, so it seems like we're stuck with this junk. Anyway, you should relay this to the Admiral, like right now. We got really lucky here and I don't want it to go to waste. With this we can nail the OSPN to the wall. I know faking message priorities is grounds for dishonorable discharge as per Alliance Navy Regulation 27B, but I think you'll agree it's justified here once you read the intercept. Message content, XX, intercept, OSPN, Emperor reverse, corrupted data. Thank you all for coming. I'll get straight to the point. Just yesterday, reinforcements arrived in system from Bethel, with some shiny new tech that'll have those in shelter quaking in their boots. But more importantly, a message from Constantine. Our home needs 3 weeks. Constantine is the head admiral, or one of the head admirals of the OSPN Navy. Those are our orders. The old man asks for 3 weeks, and the OSPN shall answer. So, the plan is as follows. Naval Station Zodiac 5, or Navsta Z5 for those in a hurry, is one of the 2 main refueling stops for all Alliance Navy operations in the inner system. Z5's garrison should be light after we pull it out of position by hitting the diversion targets, which I'll cover in a second, but I'm assigning our cruiser to this one, because even if the Alliance doesn't take the bait, I want them expletive removed, obliterated. That means use strut, corrupted data. Message ends. So, what we can gather from this is the Alliance have intercepted comms that we are going to take a Navy refueling station. So it looks like they're attempting to ambush us. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, looks like we're in situ already. And before I click through this, so you can see the fleet here is arranged in a formation, and then we've got the 2 shuttles over here. So you've seen the exception to the rule before. Here are the cargo feeders. They've got the quad-barreled 100mm turrets on the top and the bottom, and then they've got the plasma cannons here. You can see the coils they've got for getting that charged up, and then there's the Bastion PDT, which is a double-barreled minigun PDT. And then over here, if you haven't seen them before, these are the OSPN shuttles. They're very, very small. Those are the 18-barreled rocket launcher turrets they've got on the top and the bottom. Massive thrusters for a very little ship. And this is a VLS-1 defensive missile launcher. All right, let's see what they're saying. And this is the nav station here as well. You don't see a lot of stations and stuff in Nebulous yet, so it's nice to see this asset in a mission. Anyway, Lieutenant Junior Grade Kolva Hashim. Sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt. I know the breeding operation is about to kick off, but I think we might have a problem. A big fucking problem. Automatic sky sweep just picked up a dozen new dry flares heading straight for us. A dozen, that's 12 ships. Only a few minutes out and there's some big flares here. 2 capital ships at least. You cannot be serious. I think we've been mousetrapped. Breaching team stand down. All ships to condition 1. God damn it, how did they know? We need to get out of here, on the double. Lieutenant Junior gave Kovalchim. But if we withdraw, what about Vance and the rest of the operation? What of Bethel? If they've pulled this much out to stop us, then our intel was wrong and the earlier air raiding already worked. There's no way the Alliance is going through the gate this month, and probably not next month either. Vance's plan was wholly unnecessary, and probably counterproductive in hindsight. We've been fighting all this time at Corbenza to delay the first major battle of the war, but that isn't happening in Bethel in some nebulous future. It's happening right here, right now at Zodiac 5. We've been set up to lose it. And then Commander Horatio Venner from the United States. This is an ANS deriving rain to all traders in the AO. Scram your reactors and pod out, or face the justice of the Shelter Alliance Navy. So I can ignore or reply. We're definitely going to reply to this. Why would we not? This is the OSPN exception to the rule. We will decline. The people of El Shout Spur have had enough of your justice to last us a lifetime. The exception? That's a surprise. I presume then that I'm speaking to one former junior grade lieutenant of the Alliance Navy? No response from Benji? That was a long time ago. I've read your personal file, Stratus. Quiet, withdrawn, cautious, too afraid to make the hard decisions. Not officer material. I'm astonished you signed up to fight at all, much less gain command of one of the trader's few warships. The situation's changed. I've changed. Evidently. You resigned from the most glorious fighting force the cluster has ever seen, and now you're captaining an ancient relic of a bygone era in service to a doomed rebellion. You're an insult to all of our ancestors who created the Shelter Alliance and fought to keep it free. I resigned because I refused to play enforcer against our citizens for a corrupt government that decided keeping resources flowing to the core was more important than feeding its own people. That scrap at Argentinium? The Miners Guild made their choice. Those terrorists ceased to be citizens the second they hijacked that supply vessel. They met their end, as all separatist scum have and will, with our missiles slammed to their CICs. Your so-called OSP is simply the next to fall. By all means, come and try it. We are the exception to the rule. Lieutenant, shut that asshole off. Is the task force ready to pull away? Aye, sure. All ships are at condition 1. We're just waiting on the breaching teams. They're shuttling back on board now. Okay. Looks like they're coming at us directly from 000. From analysis of the enemy dry flares, we're facing incoming hostiles from roughly the direction I'm marking on TAC map. I don't think they know. Sir? They know we were coming, but if they knew about our new tech, they'd have guaranteed our destruction with just more than 2 capital ships. You know what? Fuck this guy. He's made a mistake coming into our asteroid field. This engagement is actually winnable with some luck, especially since it looks like they're spreading out to cover our retreat paths. If we want to withdraw, we need to cause some damage first anyway. Delay them with search and rescue so we can get away clean. All ships, move to engage the enemy. We can decide whether to stay or withdraw later, after the battle develops. Okay, destroy 1,500 points of Alliance vessels. The exception must survive. Sounds like a plan. Do you want to address the task force to make sure each ship knows their role? Look, it's going on for a long time, but let's just do it. Yes. Safe places of the OSPN. The Alliance has seen fit to commit 2 capital ships to our destruction. These are, undeniably, tough odds. But our nation has entrusted us with its finest technology, weapons the like of which the Alliance has never seen before, and with them we will melt a path home for some well-earned rest. The exception will be on missile defense duty as usual, but the bulk of this mission will fall on our monitors. The new plasma cannons are our saving grace. We can shred through our enemy armor and open holes to the rest of our firepower. Ammo management is going to be crucial. All ships need to ensure the ammunition best suited for the situation is the one being used. With incoming plasma inside 5 kilometers, we should be able to go immediately open up with 100mm HE-HC and obliterate the enemy. HC stands for high capacity. But beyond that range, it may take up to 2 or 3 hits in the same spot to fully shred it. If that happens, we should fire 100mm AP until the target is sufficiently cooked, then switch to HE-HC. Against corvettes and frigates, 100mm HE will tear them apart with no plasma necessary. Rapid, highly, that's the 2 shuttles. You 2 will be ranging ahead to take forward ambush positions. Your rocket launchers won't be able to scratch capital ship armor, at least not until they've been shredded by plasma. Focus on smaller ships and try to hold your rockets until the last moment. They're most effective within 2 kilometers. The anti-missile missiles in your tube should be able to keep you safe until they run out. Rejoin the main formation or pull back behind a rock if things get too hot. The big complication here is that our main force, cruising monitors, aren't particularly fast. We'll have to be careful to both set up an ambush for our plasma and not be ambushed ourselves. The capital ships will try and stay at range, but they've probably brought particle beams or torpedoes to flush us out of cover. To your stations, we have capital ships to kill. Alright, pretty big strikes. Now let's have a look at the battle space. So they're coming in here. Let's have a look at their approach. They've got a big asteroid here, an asteroid here. The most direct route to get to us will be through this gap here, coming in towards the target here. They're going to expect us to be here. They could also come in around this side on the right, coming in through here and into this area. So I think what we want to do is, looking at where we are now, try and use either this rock or this rock as cover to peek out behind. So I'm going to order the whole fleet to move in behind this cover, this rock here. Why can't I give them a move command? There we go. I'm going to get them to come in just up here for now. And we are, of course, going to set a heading command just to make sure we're still facing towards where the enemy are going to come from. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to be. I'm just going to get us to point down a little bit and forward. Then rapid unplan and assembly and highly mobile catastrophe are going to have to set up some ambush positions. So let's put a mobile here. So if they come out from behind this rock, it can hit them in the side. And I'm going to move the highly maneuverable catastrophe up into maybe this position here. So it can, that's a little bit too high. We'll actually just move it to about here, and then I'll bring it up here. So just setting some waypoints with shift, so it can come over this lip and fire down on them when it's over there. I'm going to knock the whole fleet up to flank speed as well, just to get them over into this direction as fast as possible. And how we're doing for missiles, we've got 33 Thunderhead 4s. These are active radar missiles on the exception to the rule. And then let's have a look at our other ships. The open disregard for, the disregard for awkward facts has plasma and it has AP. The significant charisma deficit, the within acceptable tolerance, and the their drive flash just a bit of a scope through my dev companies. That's my like free movement period over, and the whole damage builds character all ready to go. So let's get this show on the road. You can see the shuttles here are incredibly fast. That's 35 meters per second Sorry, 35 meters per second without it flanking. I want to give it a heading command to face this way, just so it's ready to move in the direction I want it to move in when it gets there. And then we'll wait for the highly mobile catastrophe to get into position as well. And then we'll get the rest of the fleet moving up here. I think the way we lose this is if we get cut to pieces. If they manage to catch us in the open and we can't dodge into cover, I think we're going to be in a lot of problems. The other, I think, problem is, I'm messing this up like I'm talking. I think our other thing we need to watch out for is them catching us in a lot of jamming. So we need to make sure we're not exposing ourselves too early to them firing at us. Let's clear the heading command from the shuttle. That was just to get it to face the right direction. And I'm actually going to creep it up just to the edge of this rock here, so it's almost in position. Basically, I'm just setting up like a door trap. As soon as they come around this rock, and I've got line of sight on them, so if they're in this channel here anywhere, we'll just poke out and empty our rockets into them. The highly maneuverable catastrophe is going to take a little bit longer, but we're basically going to do the same thing with this lip here. So if they come through here, which I'm not certain they will, but I think they will, we're hitting them from both sides with the rockets. It'll also give me warning if they're coming around this side, coming over the top of the rock, so I think that's pretty good. Rest of the fleet is still moving into position. They're actually going to hit this rock, so I'm going to have to give them some slightly better orders because they are coming around too close to it, so I need to get them to back up. If you are flanking your ships, what happens is your thrusters get damaged. So what we're just going to be doing here, you can see the damage control teams are just running to repair the thrusters constantly. All right. So yeah, we've got the plasma here, and I was going to explain how armor worked in the game. We might as well do that while we're waiting. Each ship has a mask around it. It simulates the armor on every plane, and as shots hit that armor, it gets damaged and destroyed, and what the plasma will do is it'll just melt that away. So when you're firing at the ship, you don't need to worry about armor penetration. Your shots will just go internal and start exploding inside. So I'm just taking a quick glass of water. You'll see it in effect when ships take damage. Their armor degrades as they continue to take fire. Armor angling is also in this game. It's why finding with the exception to the rule straight onto the enemy is the correct way to do it, because shots can ricochet off, even armor-piercing rounds, if you get a good armor angle on them. I can't remember which YouTuber it is, but there's a War Thunder YouTuber whose motto is "Have you angled today?" and that is a very good piece of advice to keep in Nebulous Fleet Command today. Always think about your angling because it will help you bounce shots. One nice thing about shuttles is they have a very small profile from far away. It's very hard to hit them from the front. From the side or from the top, or like an angle, easy to hit. But if you get them facing their targets, they do pretty well. How are we doing up here? Okay, you're a little bit out of where I want you to be. Let's just tuck you in a little bit tighter. So let's bring you to about here. Nice and in close. And then we'll give you a heading command to face somewhere like this. And now we're just kind of watching out for enemy contacts. Now, one thing I am doing is I'm a little bit blind right now. The only ships that can see anything are the main fleet. My shuttles are not able to see anything. So I can't detect anything with radar or anything while we're hidden in cover here. I'm actually probably going to turn the radar off on these guys to make them a little bit harder to detect. Because I don't want them to reveal themselves to the enemy too soon. But at the same time, I don't want to miss the enemy because I can't see them. So what do we do about that? If we hide behind this rock, I basically have no visual on the enemy at all, which isn't perfect. What I'll probably do is skirt along the bottom of the rock and just have one ship revealed, so it can give me an idea of where the enemy are. I might also break the formation. What I actually think I'm going to do is we'll just move along this axis here, and that should keep us close enough that if we get into trouble, we can go up and take cover, but at the same time, we're constantly moving. Now, actually, we're going to grind some ships against the rock here. So I'm going to change our formation to loose, which just means they won't worry about running into it. Why is this group got their radar off? Radar on. It should be this guy. Okay, turn the wrong. So we're actually getting hit by radar from something. This yellow icon here means we're being tracked by enemy active sensors. We can detect that we're being detected by radar. Charisma deficit, what are you doing? Okay, loose formation is actually breaking that ship's formation. So let's just pull back and we'll get the formation to fix itself. If I hadn't put it on loose, what would have happened is the ship would have like ground itself against the rock, but at the moment it's trying to stay in. I'm going to turn flank speed off for the moment as well. Something has a track on the exception to the rule, which makes sense. It is a large ship. It won't be anything up in this direction here, so it's either something in front of us or potentially something down here or something down here is picking us up. We're not seeing anything on our radar at the moment. So whatever is hitting us is picking up the fact that this ship has a large signature. And whatever's detecting... Oh, we're actually under fire from below. Something's actually shooting at us and we can't see it. That's interesting. Okay. Let's change our heading to down here. We have a radar track over here, but nothing down below us. Why are we not picking whatever this is up? We're not getting jammed. Interesting. Let's... I'm going to order us to come back and down. There, we got it. No, that's an incoming missile. Got incoming missiles from below. Let's get the highly maneuverable catastrophe to find this target for us. I'll get it to come down this side here. We've got sprinters coming in. Sorry, not sprinters. We've got hybrid missiles coming in towards us. No, they're actually targeting the unplanned disassembly. We're probably going to lose the unplanned disassembly because it can't defend itself against those kind of ships. We also have a group of 3 light ships over here. We may as well, when we've lost them. Let's do a burn through on our radar. And, okay, we are getting jammed. This 2 missile pings down here. Somebody's firing missiles very far off. We're going to lock this target here. I'm just going to shoot HE at it. What am I doing? Let's hold down shift, right click, and we'll just fire HE at that target because these look like probably going to be light ships. We've lost the unplanned assembly, unfortunately. It took torpedo fire, and there's no way it was going to survive that. Oh, we also got a ship up here as well, firing missiles at us. The main fleet's doing an okay job at dealing with the incoming missiles. Let's change our formation back to tight, or to relative. And we're being jammed from below. There's something down here jamming us as well. Highly maneuverable catastrophe needs to go to flank speed. We'll just fire whatever this is. You can see the amount of HE fire we can throw out when we need to is quite high. So whatever this is it's a sprinter. Okay, this is a corvette. This is the Alliance equivalent of the shuttle, and it's just getting wrecked. Getting absolutely destroyed. Let's do another burn through. And let's lock one of these other ships. So let's lock this one here. And then we'll fire our HE at it. Until we can see the ships below us. Okay, we can see the ship below us now, I think. Yeah, this is it here. Let's lock this. And let's hit it up with plasma. Too far away. Okay, we'll just hold and we'll just keep moving towards it. Just make sure these... Okay, 1 missile got through on the exception to the rule there. Nothing got destroyed. This is definitely a capital ship of some kind. So this sprinter here is pretty wrecked. Let's just fire at this one as well with the HE really quickly. HE and HE, and we'll just lock it. Take these ships out of the fight, and we'll focus on this thing as soon as possible. Okay, it's in range of plasma. You can see the plasma shots hitting it now. We're just going to fire off a barrage of HE at this ship here, and then we're going to switch to firing whatever this is. So what the plasma will do is when it hits the ship, it will detonate on the armor and degrade the armor there, which means we can hit it, we can fire HE at it. Okay, that's probably enough HE fire to take care of this. We've got more missiles incoming, but we're going to take out this target now. So we're going to fire 250mm HE at it. We're going to fire 100mm HE at it when it gets into range. And I'm not going to fire any Thunderheads. We do need to get close range with this ship, though, so I actually got close range to it. How are things going on the catastrophe is not in a great position. Let's bring it down on top of this ship. Let's see if we can get eyes on what it is. The highly mobile catastrophe has been targeted, probably by whatever's firing these Thunderheads. I think all of these ships here, if they're not dead, have been wrecked by the HE fire we put at them. Incoming, I've lost the missiles, but we don't... Oh, there's something with a beam weapon shooting at us from very close. That is not good. Let's back up. Let's hit a burn through. There's 3 ships here. That's not good. That's a missile I've just locked onto. That's a keystone. That is a destroyer with a beam weapon. That is our new primary target. Let's hit it with 100mm AP. And then I'm actually going to fire a bunch of Thunderheads at it as well. That's 4 salvos. That's probably a lot, but that's what we're going to go for. Let's also see if we can get our ship here to come at it with a missile attack. We're almost in range with a rocket attack. Most of these missiles are getting shot down. The beam laser is going to rip our ships apart. We need to kill this thing really quickly. It's already cutting straight through the exception to the rule. I'm not going to fix our heading. I'm going to just try and kill this ship really quickly. I'm going to hit this with all of our rockets from the side.
Missile tube clear.
And this is going to overwhelm its PD as well because we're coming at it with a missile attack and a rocket attack. 2, 3. Okay, that's a good. This is a good missile attack. Okay, this thing is in big trouble. Yeah, this thing is dead. Oh. Okay, we can withdraw. We've actually done enough damage already to win this fight, but I think we're doing pretty well here. I think we're going to finish this fight. There's a Rains down here in an Axford. Okay, okay. We're going to hit the Rains with 100mm HE. We're going to hit the Axford with 250mm HE. We're going to lock it. We're going to keep firing at it with plasma. I'm going to change our... we need to keep moving, though. We can't be static, so let's move over to here. I'm just going to mark... This is killed. This is killed. This is killed. What's the shortcut for killed? I don't think there is one. Is this Keystone still alive? The energy transfer. It might be still alive. The OSP, the exception to the rule is about to overload. It's got a magazine fire. And what is it destroyed? Thrust is destroyed. Berthing's destroyed. Missile programming away is destroyed. Nothing serious is lost yet. But we do potentially have a reactor explosion on the way. What is... No, it's okay. It was a magazine fire. Can we get a lock on this, please? Good. Okay, we're going to use the highly mobile catastrophe basically as a sensor ship for the rest of this fight because there's not much else it can do. Let's get it off flank speed though. And let's just fix our heading as well because we're not quite pointed in the right place. So let's just remind our team we want HE on you, we want plasma on you, and we want 100mm HE on you. Let's get this Rains out of the fight really quickly. Incoming missile from below, that's fine. You can see here that the highly mobile catastrophe is firing AMMs at the incoming missiles. I think it's going to get taken out by them, unfortunately. Once the 100mm guns are reloading, which I think they are now. Yeah, they are. We're going to switch and we're going to fire HEHC at the Axford. And we're just going to keep updating our heading command as well for the exception to the rule. Because, right, anything here we need to recover. DC locker is down, so I can bring that back up, but that will restore one restore. That's not worth it. We've got berthing intelligence centers down. One of our PDTs is down. Nothing else is destroyed, but a lot of stuff is badly damaged. How badly damaged is this Rains? It's pretty peppered, but it's not destroyed. I might wait. When we're reloading again, yeah, I'm going to hit it with another barrage of HE. The HE has slightly better penetration than the HAP, so if we're not hitting it with plasma, it's the better shout. This thing is rocking 250mm, I think, and 450mm, so we need to take it out pretty fast. It's looking like it's taken a beating, actually. I think we're doing pretty well here. What else do we have? There's something up here. That's the Keystone. The Keystone is not dead yet, but it's not under command right now. Okay, that should be enough to really wreck that Rain. So when they're reloading now, let's switch them back to HEHC, and let's get them to fire at the Axford. I'm also going to fire off 4 missiles at the Axford, just to see if we can take it out. We got overwhelmed really quickly there. This fleet here almost did a huge ambush number on us, but we were able to take it out really quickly with the 100mm HC. That's the advantage of using... one of the things the OSPN do that the Alliance do not is their guns use autoloaders. And the DPS you can do, while the autoloaders are... Okay, the shuttle is in big trouble. There is still flak being fired from this ship. None of the Thunderheads got through, unfortunately. We do still have some Thunderheads available to us, but we also don't know what's going on with... There are apparently 2 capital ships in the AO, and we've only seen one of them. There's missiles coming in from a new angle. Where are they coming from? Are they coming from the Keystone? I think they were coming from the Keystone. We've got nothing else on sensor. The highly mobile catastrophe has a reactor. The reactor is about to go critical on the highly mobile catastrophe, so we need to watch out for that. Let's change our movement command to over here. And let's just keep pounding the Righteous Fire. It looks like this Rains is in trouble. It's not doing anything anymore. And it's left the formation. So just hitting it with that HE has done a job. Make sure that we're still firing our plasma cannons, which we are. Let's just update our heading command again. Just make sure that we're constantly updating. I'm going to hit them with the last set of thunderheads. And let's just set our formation to loose. Oh no, I need to do that with shift. Just so that everyone's not getting in each other's way. There's the last 4 missiles away. Axfords can take a beating. We've dealt with them before. At least it's not a Solomon. A Solomon is a battleship. Is there anything new? There's nothing new on this area here. We're going for the win, by the way. I'm not withdrawing. We're going to defeat the Alliance here. This is going to be a mighty victory for the OSPN. We've already had such a great start. This Axford is in a world of hurt. It's not firing anymore. You can see this radar panel's destroyed. You can see how the armor is being degraded by the plasma. It's getting cut to pieces. Actually, look, the bridge lights are going off. This ship is in trouble. Let's take a second to fire HE at the range down here. I'm also going to lock it. And we're also going to fire 250mm HE at it just to make sure it's out. We'll probably cease fire on the plasma as well. What's this? There's a track here. Hang on, there's a track there that we don't know what it is. Let's come back this way. There goes the reactor on the shuttle. There's definitely something strange here. I don't know what it is. I'm worried we're going to get ambushed by something with a beam weapon. Okay, this range just got absolutely toasted by that reactor explosion. Let's switch targets to the ship here. And then we're going to see what this track is as soon as we can. Just make sure this Keystone is out of the fight as well. If this is what I think it is, we're going to get the plasma pointing towards it. It's 4,000 meters away, which is very, very scarily close. I'm going to actually flank away from it. How are we doing for damage here? We've lost a berthing intelligence center and a roar, one of our DC lockers and a missile programming array, and then a bunch of thrusters. There's nothing here that I need to spend a reinforce on. All of the rest of my ships aren't in too bad a state. You've lost a berthing. You've not lost anything. You've not lost anything, and you've not lost anything. Okay. How's this ship doing? Still not under command. What is this? I still don't know what this is. I'm going to try and lock it. I can't work out, because I've lost the intelligence center, you can see that my tracks are just showing as unknown for much longer. Surely this thing's dead. Let's switch to this target here. We're going to actually fire AP at it until we know what it is. Because I'm worried it's another Axford. I think this range is launching escape pods. So let's mark that as killed. No escape pods from the Axford yet. So we just have to keep an eye on that. We're hitting whatever this is with plasma now, and now we've got AP rounds coming in. If they're all just passing straight through the ship, it's probably something quite light. I don't know. I think it's big. It's not particularly fast. God, the firepower this fleet has. Oh, why would you fly into this? Okay, we're being jammed by something. No, we're being... oh, the Axford's back under... It's back under its own speed. Let's switch to HE. I'm going to wait for the... actually, no, I'm just going to order the HE switch now. This, I think, is a Keystone or an Axford. And this ship's back under its own engines. How's the Keystone doing? Is that bridge on or off? There, the bridge lights are still red, so there's a potential it could come back. It's just not being commanded right now. You can also... There's another ship here. There's another ship coming around this rock. But if they come around... Okay, that's an Axford. That is our priority target here. This is bad. Let's fire AP until we've hit it with more plasma. This is a very close range engagement with an Axford. So this thing, I can't see what it has right now. We need the plasma to kill the energy on it. Let's turn flank off so we're not our team can actually focus. Let's get them moving back over here. So we're basically cutting the corner here, trying to slice off as many ships as possible can be seen by it. Who's he focusing right now? He's focusing the significant... just losing thrusters at the moment. Okay, this ship's actually dead. That's another kill for us. That was a frigate. You can see the escape pods coming out of it. We're going to wait for another plasma. Actually, we're probably close enough that now that everyone's reloading, we can switch to HE. The HE-HC doesn't penetrate as deep as HE. I'm going to switch to the HE-HC. No, I need to switch to the HE-HC now. I need to use that on the degraded armor. How's the Significant doing? Significant Charisma Deficit is still okay. It's just taking damage. We have a fire in one of the ammunition elevators. There's only, There's 5 damage control teams on this ship. They should be okay. It's just unfortunate. It's going to take a beating from this Axford. The Axford, whoever's in charge of the ship, the ANS driving range, is just charging straight into the line of fire. They are just coming straight at us, full speed ahead. I've got to give them some credit for that. They are not scared of us. They should be, though. That's a lot of fire. And unlike the... I mean, you can still angle shots. Oh, that's trying to launch missiles, but the our PD is already firing at it as it launches. This is a torpedo of some kind. It just hit that rock. That's a shame. There's another one. The Auroras are firing at it, though. Where is it going?
Component disabled, Commander.
We might lose a significant charisma deficit. It's I'm going to try and restore the guns on this ship, because that's what's being destroyed right now. It has quite a lot of restores, actually. They're quite tanky, these monitors. How are we doing with this ship? Are we starting to take it out of the fight? Is it still firing? The plasma is just how the OSPN changes the rules of combat in this game. But it's hard to use, because really the only ship that can utilize it are liners or feeders, and the feeders are slow. They're really slow. He's just charging us down. I think he's... No, he's still firing.
Enemy missile launched.
He's firing HE, which is interesting.
Enemy fire incoming.
These torpedoes that it's firing at close range could end us if they are torpedoes.
We're on our way.
He's not done that. What he should have done maybe is peek out, fire, and get back into cover to reload. Coming out into the open like this has just allowed us to absolutely pound him down with the overwhelming firepower that we have focused in this area. So the 17 here is how many destroyed and disabled components we have on this ship. We've got 14 on this. You can see most of them are thrusting. And that's one of the guns back online on the Significance, so it's now firing its plasma again. Joining in. That's the cannon back online now as well. The ship's rolling, probably to present some new armor to us, but the plasma's doing its job. The way these ships are built is the engines and reactor at the back, so doing a lot of damage at the front doesn't tend to destroy them that quickly. We need to get fire on this area here, but we are still doing a lot of damage to it. It's actually coming into the middle of our formation now. What else do we have on map? We've got the other Axford. We have the Keystone. Is this Keystone still alive? It doesn't seem to be doing anything. This Axford is just driving at us, but it isn't doing anything. I'm worried that it's going to bring something back online soon. The Significance has a fire. What is on fire? It's the cannon. Okay, so it's lost its guns again. So we'll try restoring them one more time. We've got 2 restores left. So basically, when you put damage control teams in your ships... Oh, we need to keep our heading commands up to date. That should have been a Shift H. I need to do this. No, I need to do... Hang on a second. I need to do this to get everyone on that heading command. When you're building your ships, because this game has a very detailed ship builder, which we haven't even looked at in this series. When you put damage control teams in, you can choose between teams that are fast or teams that have restores. Or multiple teams, basically. Restores that you actually bring the components back online. Okay, I think both of these Axfords are in a very, very bad way. But let's just keep backing up. Let's make sure we're not going to crash into any rocks.
Aye, aye, Commander. Moving out.
Okay, some nice broadsides here, so at least they look very cool. This Axford is fast for an Axford. The HEHC is not going to be as effective hitting it on the side until the plasma degrades the armor, but honestly, I don't think we need to change ammo types. There's components and modules all the way down, compartments and modules all the way down this section of the ship. There's a big bulk of them here as well. It's a nice shot. That's the Significance back online with some of its guns again, so it'll be reloading them just now. That's the plasma cannon back online by the looks of it. That's just a withering amount of fire. It's low caliber, but it'll all be penetrating. These ships, Axfords, can take a beating, though. They can take a real beating. So much for that person who gave us all those insults at the start of the fight. Anything else on radar? Let's head back to the fuel station for now.
We're on our way.
The Axis just driving off. Evacuated. Okay, that's a kill then. So it's just the 2 Axfords left that I can tell that are still in the fight. And so far we've lost 2 shuttles, which I think the crew's managed to get away from. Losing 2 shuttles for the amount of stuff we destroyed is a great result for the OSPN. This would be if this actually happened in the war between the OSPN and the Alliance, this would be a huge humiliation for the Alliance. As they said, a 100-year-old ship taking on 2 of their Cunning Line heavy cruisers and winning. So the Axford is a heavy cruiser. As I said before, the Alliance do have a battleship, the Solomon. We haven't seen any Solomons in this campaign. Oh, okay, we've lost command lights. Let's switch targets just while that ship's working out what it wants to do with itself. So we'll hit it with 20-50mm, this, and this. And I'll update my heading command to point at this guy.
Copy that, Commander.
So this ship's currently not under command. It's not dead. It's just when the bridge lights are red, it means there's nobody running the ship. So until they can get the bridge, oh, we've got atmosphere venting. We've got atmosphere on fire coming out of the ship. Radar panel here is destroyed. Radar panel here is destroyed. Oh, we've got submunition detonations. This ship is in a bad way. I think that is a magazine going up. What we're seeing right now. That ship is not coming back. That was a huge explosion inside. I'm glad I caught that. So you actually tell when components are destroyed quite often. So you can see the sparking around here and the smoke coming out of this gun means it's down. This PDT is down. This missile launcher is down. This gun is down. The radio antenna is down. Let's see how things are going here. This ship's now stopped. It's not looking very healthy either. Bridge lights are off, so it's offline. All we need to do right now is just pound these ships into submission, and once they're down, that should be the engagement over. Unless there's another ship somewhere out here hiding from us, pulling a possum at the moment. We've got structure damage on the OSPN significance, but it is still in the fight. Let's just make sure all of its guns are online. They are. Excellent. Exception to the rule, I think, has lost a nothing, really. Just 1 Aurora. That's all it's really lost, which is great. According to our intel, this ship is at condition 0, and this ship is at condition 0, so they're pretty wrecked. But as long as there's bridge lights on, there's a chance they'll come back. If they've got heroic DC teams. One of the ships you can build that I quite like to play in multiplayer is a zombie battleship, which just keeps coming back to life after the enemy team thinks they've destroyed it. It's a lot of fun to play. Very expensive, though. And if you don't actually do anything with it, if you don't actually win the game with it, then you've wasted a lot of points. We can look, this ship here is actually back under power. You can see the bridge lights have come back on and it's firing thrusters. So let's switch to, whoops, we're going to switch to it as our primary target. So we'll just right click, 20-50mm HE, and then we'll lock it. And we'll update our heading command as well. I think if we zoom in on here, I thought we maybe hear the evacuation command. You can hear the evacuation command coming out over the internal PA system if you get close enough to ships that are being evacuated, but we can't hear that yet. So now we need to pound this ship back into submission. This is the thing about heavy cruisers. Oh, the lights have gone off. Are they going to come back on? Nope, the ship is dead. Nope, they've come back. Okay, they've gone back to that. We'll just fire it for a little bit longer. Heavy cruisers are heavy cruisers for a reason. This ship's actually rolled over, so we're now shooting at the side of it that hasn't got its armor degraded. So we're going to have to wait for the plasma cannons to come around before we're actually properly penetrating this. In fact, we're probably better off firing a we'll just open up with HEHC. How much ammo do we have left on these? 543 rounds on you. You've got 1,247. We don't need to worry about. Did I definitely tell them to fire plasma at this ship? Because it feels like they're not firing plasma at it. Oh, we just lost line of sight on it. So this ship's still not under command. It's still not. Oh, it's evacuating. There goes escape pods. So a market is killed. That's one heavy cruiser confirmed killed. There go the escape pods. They launch out of the hull. That looks pretty cool. The crew are getting away. So in Conquest, which is going to be the persistent war version of this game, you're going to have crew in your ships that actually have skills and special abilities, and they will evacuate the ships in the escape pods. And you can make the choice, if you want to fire on the escape pods to destroy that crew, which will be counted as a war crime by the game. But are you shooting your friend in the ass? It will be counted as a war crime by the game, but at the same time, it might be the right tactical decision to make. I don't think I'll be doing it, but I know there'll be some unscrupulous people out there who will. Let's just fix our formation. Loose is a little bit too loose right now. I don't like how this ship is right in front. Like, it's a bit scary how close. In fact, I'm actually going to break you from the formation because I don't like where you are right now. Just fly over here. I've only got one target left. Just got to get this ship to evacuate and we should win the engagement. As long as the ship is combat capable, the fight will continue. As soon as the ship is no longer combat capable, that's when it'll end. I should just get you to approach them.
Moving out, Commander. Aye, Commander. Ammunition is low.
Ammunition is low. Oh, great.
Moving out, Commander.
Someone's running low. It must be the plasma? Yeah, we're down to 161 rounds of plasma. I think we'll be fine. Oh, that ship's dead. Okay, let's get you back into the formation.
Falling into formation.
And there's definitely still a ship out here somewhere because this engagement isn't over. So let's get everyone to head out this way. We're gonna have to play cat and mouse. I want to win this for the OSPN. For now, I'm gonna clear our heading command and our roll command, so the ships can just navigate freely. We're gonna leave them on loose formation, I think. I'm gonna try and find out where this last target is. I'm guessing it might be another keystone. Everything here has been evacuated. Evacuated, evacuated, evacuated. Evacuated, not under command. This ship is evacuating now. Well, those are the lifeboats from the Righteous Fire here. It's still evacuating. I think that's why it's not showing as evacuated. I don't even know what happened to the ship in here. I can't even see it anymore on my sensors. And then we've got... the energy transfer is also evacuated. So where is the last of the enemy fleet? We've managed to defeat 3 Rains in a formation. Is this 3 Rains? Sprinter, Sprinter, Sprinter. So 3 corvettes. There's a frigate there. There's a frigate around here somewhere that we didn't actually mark as dead. Actually, it could be the frigate. No, I think that frigate... I think the frigate might have lost. Let's restore some stuff on this ship while we're moving. We've got 3 restores left. Actually, there's nothing I really want to restore, because I want to keep the restores for any guns that get damaged. Although our Mark 65s are in good condition, which is great. I could bring some thrusters online.
Standing by.
For you, I could restore. There's nothing here to restore. What about the significance? It has the main weapons restored. Oh, we just got some on sensors. I heard a ping. Nope, I don't see anything on sensors. Nothing new anyway. Oh, I think it was us finding the frigate. Yeah, that's the frigate. It is evacuated as well. So what is left of the enemy fleet? Where are they? I don't want to be cheated out of this win. That was a good fight. I feel like, apart from driving straight towards us, but I'm going to put that down to the commander not being overconfident in the situation. We had a pretty good slug match there. Defeat in detail is the way to do it. We had overwhelming firepower we were able to bring to bear on a ship at a time. Making the decision to fire at the Rains, these sprinters, which I'm guessing are all fitted out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this here is a torpedo turret. These Rains, these shuttles were trying to come up behind us and hit us with a torpedo strike from behind. So us focusing them down and destroying them was actually the right thing to do. Alright, where's the last ship in this fight? I'm guessing it's around here somewhere. I might have to split the fleet up to find it. I'm going to fly you down to here. Got it. We found the last track. We found the last track. It's a keystone. It's a beam destroyer. Oh, jeez. Okay. Right, we need to get the rest of the fleet over here ASAP.
We're on our way. Order received. Engaging now.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Right, I'm just ordering everybody over because this is going to be a crazy engagement. Let's get everyone to flank speed.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
Why was there... The keystone must have been stuck on the rock. It's firing missiles. Oh, we might lose the exception to the rule here. I need a battle short. Let's move and let's get a heading command on it. This is bad. This is really bad. I'm going to have to battle short the Auroras. Flank speed on you. Evasive maneuvers.
Spiker detected.
It's just opening up with everything it's got. We might actually be about to lose this whole battle from these torpedoes. I'm just giving the Auroras a chance to reload here. Aurora's ready to fire again.
Commander. Scope is being jammed.
Come on. Do not let these missiles hit you.
E-war detected.
Okay, we found the last enemy. It's been stuck on this rock. No, it's just been sitting here. It's just been sitting here in ambush. Why are we not firing, by the way? Can we fire at this guy, please? With our HEs? Oh, we are firing.
Engaging now.
Because the ship is turning, it's going to be very inaccurate while it turns. I'm just going to add everyone else to the formation. so that I can just start giving orders for one ship.
Moving into formation.
Move, formation, click. You can stay there. Move,
Missile detected.
formation, click. There. Move, actually, that could be a problem for a couple of these ships. Is that another? Okay, we've got more incoming. Let's get the other Aurora back online. The one that's been destroyed. Let's battle shot the Auroras. Sugar. Don't hit. Phew. Okay. Okay, let them reload. The Aurora's reloading. You can see it reloading down here. This is a little bit desperate, I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to tell everyone to fire everything at it, so they're shooting as soon as they get into range.
No sensing, Commander. That's out of our range.
It seems like he's stuck, even though he's not on the rock. He's thrusting forward, but he's not actually moving.
Bye.
Oh, so what's happening with my heading command? My heading is just taking a long time to turn. Let's just order you a little bit further this way.
We're on our way.
Put you onto standard maneuver, and formation should be relative to get everyone here. Everyone else is moving in. The within acceptable tolerance might be stuck. I did notice that. No, it's coming around. It's going to take its time. They're going to take their time to get here.
Sensors are jammed.
Let's make sure all of these ships are flanking.
Got you 5 by 5.
Receiving.
He's trying to jam us, but we've got a good lock on him.
Enemy buzzer detected.
So we just need to keep hitting him with the HE, and we will take him down. Jeez, that was a really nasty ambush. They did exactly what they wanted to do to me. I'm glad I've sought this ship out, though. I think I can win this. There's only one ship on... Yeah. These other ships will be in range soon. In fact, you don't need to rejoin, I don't think. Are you in range? You are. Just come forward until you're over the top of it and fire it from here. Please.
Got him in our sights.
You don't need to rejoin the formation. You're close enough to take part. Just make sure that we are facing it. I think we must have damaged the beam weapon because it's not firing at us. Other than that, or the AI is just broken on this ship. But it still stayed a pretty nasty ambush, and it still launched its missiles at us. Oh, yeah. I thought we saw battle shot turn on. So battle shot, the thing I keep turning on here, it overrides the safeties on your modules. So they keep firing and being used past the point they should stop. So you can use it on your PD to keep it firing past the point where it should have stopped firing, which is great on Auroras, but what it does do is it damages them every time you do that. What a sneaky little ship. It looks like it's trying to unstick itself. I think maybe the graphics for this rock, there's actually more here than you can see, and it got stuck on them. Let's turn evasion off on the exception to the rule, so it stops moving, so we get better shots. There we go. Now we're firing it from above with the damage builds character. That's going to cause some big problems. Damage does build character. Let's just get you to collapse down on top of it.
Underway.
How are other ships doing? Within acceptable tolerances is almost here. I'm going to get the exception to the rule to come out this way.
On our way.
We should be able to win this last engagement pretty nicely. We've already got atmosphere venting from this ship. Well done, exception to the rule. I'm impressed you survived that. It was a pretty scary ambush. If it had hit us with the beam laser as well, we could have been in real problems, but I think one of the opening barrages of HE would have destroyed it. The problem with the Keystone is it has to point its main weapon towards you to fire, and that means this is what gets hit. You can see the impact sites around it, and once the beam laser weapon takes damage, the Keystone is in a lot of trouble. The Keystone is a great ambusher. It's not a face tanker. You don't want you want to engage after your enemy is pointing in another different direction so they can't bring all their guns to bear on it. This ship here is not going to last very long now that it's under fire from two ships. I could probably actually switch to HEHC now that I think about it, because we've done so much degradation on the hull. Because there's no way it's going to be able to tank that. We actually had a 250mm ricochet there. Saw the end of that. Yeah, this ship's in trouble. Shouldn't be much longer. Ah, we actually did it. Outstanding work, all of you. I couldn't have asked for better spacers. Nor we, a greater captain. Stratus, Hashim, what's the sit rep? Have you taken Zodiac 5 yet? There's a bit of a speed bump, but we're back on it now. We'll have the refueling pier and the loading docks in hand shortly. How large of a speed bump are we talking? 2 capital ships. Holy shit, how the... Never mind. Load up what you can. Torch what you can. We're getting out of this system. The diversionary attacks got us ambushed as well, though nothing near what you faced. Now we've got clear proof our mission here is accomplished. By the time all these ambush forces get back to the gate, Constantine will have the blockade up and running, with over 20 line ships, all fully armed and armored. 20? That's more line ships than they have capitals in the Rimwood garrison fleets. There's no way they could win the gate transit assault against that with what they have on hand. Maybe if they bring the first fleet and third fleet from the Cord border, but you know, the Alliance's infrastructure is fucking terrible. I'd be surprised if what's left of the gate network didn't just shit itself and collapse under the weight of that many ships moving through. Not to mention how much fuel they're going to need. Moving across 7 whole star systems to get here, how do those ships even have ammo? Remember that corruption scandal a couple of years ago with the second fleet? Well, those wankers have to try something. The longer we wait, the stronger we get, and the more useless the Alliance Navy looks. If the OSP can succeed and not get immediately stumped into the dirt, the other member nations, especially the Grosnovians, might start to get ideas, if they don't crush us soon. Agreed. If the Green and Whites take another round of losses like this one, they're finished. The Navy has held the Alliance together with fear, and yet here we stand unbroken. Once the other member nations gather their courage, we can decentralize these stars and build a better home from the ashes. Whew, battle over. Wow, what a fight. I'm really happy I won that. Really happy I won that. Okay, 11,000 damage on the disregard for awkward. The OSP and exception roll did 26,000. 23 missiles actually got through, so there's a little bit of overkill on the missile attacks there. 14,000 here. This shuttle managed to do 5,000 damage with its missiles. 30 of them got through, and 6 of them missed. So don't disregard missile shuttles. It only did 4,000 damage, but it did 4,000 damage to the flank of a keystone. And that's probably enough to wipe it out. 14,000 damage here. Unfortunately, the rapid unplanned disassembly just died before I really knew what was happening. I focused on saving my fleet rather than the shuttle, and unfortunately it tanked a bunch of torpedoes. But sorry, it tanked a bunch of hybrid missiles. But better it than one of our bigger ships. Yeah, that was a good little fight. I had a lot of fun with that. There's a lot of enemy ships on the board, and we managed to take them out in pieces. So that is the end of the exception to the rule campaign. That is the only story campaign that is in Nebulous Fleet Command. I think with the reception this mod has gotten, and especially this video series has gotten, I can see there being more single-player mod campaigns being added pretty soon. I've got a feeling there's a lot of excitement for that at the moment, especially just as we're waiting for Conquest mode to come out, which is coming really soon. I've got plans for quite a few Nebulous videos coming out. One that just goes over how missiles work for dummies, because I'm a dummy, and I really needed to do a lot of reading to understand how missiles worked in this game. There's also, I'm thinking about doing a lore video, just the background of the background of the OSPN and the ANS to get people excited for Conquest. Not going to go too deep into the lore, just like the recent conflict and what's going on. Also just some shipbuilding videos, and there's a few other things that I've got planned for the community as well. I'm also going to be trying to do streams on the weekends where I'm playing the game and the community can join in and play. They're not going to be serious, it's just going to be let's play some games of Nebulous and get better at the game. And yeah, that's the plan. But for now, I'm really glad you've enjoyed this. I'm really happy I won that fight. Honestly, I went into this pretty blind, and pulling out a win on one of my first. Well, I've tried it one time before just to see how it was, but I only played the first couple of minutes of it. So actually coming out with a win, I'm really happy with. But thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like or a comment, or if you like the channel, please subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. And now that I've moved, we should be back onto a more normal routine. Thank you again. I'll see you later. Ciao for now.